Hello everybody, this is JD. I'm just sitting back here thinking. What am I thinking about? Actually, for those of you who have been following me, you've been noticing one particular thing that I have been going towards. If you noticed, I'm not aiming towards the Republicans. I'm not aiming towards the Democrats. Not at all. Actually, I don't even care what a hardcore Republican or Democrat does. To tell you the truth, the way I see it, if Adolf Hitler was running as a Republican, a Republican would vote for him. He has no idea who Hitler represents. He says, oh, the Republican Party says this is a good guy, I'm going to vote for him. At the same time, if Joseph Stalin was running for the Democrats, most Democrats would do the same thing. They have no idea who Joseph Stalin is. They would vote for him because the Democratic Party and the unions say so. And believe me, the unions will love to get someone like Joseph Stalin in government. They don't really care about the individual. And here I am telling you, I don't care about the people who vote Democrat, and vote Republican. I'm not even trying to get their vote. Well, how do I plan on winning a presidential election? Well, considering that they probably combine amount up to about 38% of the people who can vote in this country, that's not a majority. Actually, a minority rules this country. That's one reason why our government's so messed up. Majority is not your ruling. But if you notice that I kind of steer my videos towards you, the independents, and the people who don't vote. The people who do not vote. Why do I do that? Because, believe it or not, over 50% of the people in this country who could vote do not. And you say, well, that's because your voice don't mean nothing, or you got religious reasons. Well, let's first talk to you, the ones who have religious reasons. I'm not going to tell you to throw away your religious reasons. On the contrary, I want you to do something. I want you, for several nights, before you go to bed, pray to God and ask Him, what should you do? Should you vote or should you not vote? That's all. Don't pay attention to what the books are that are written or anything. Just ask God, should I or should I not vote in this election? And what should I do? I don't care if you go in there and register to vote and write in the name Jesus Christ. And I'm not saying this blasphemously. I'm saying this so that Congress knows you do not agree with everything that this government is doing. And at the same time, you are proclaiming that you are a person who believes in Christ and that you want God to be part of our country. If that's what you want. But above all else, you have to quit telling this government it's okay to do what it does. You're not voting. It's the same way as giving you a stamp of approval. Automatically. Now, the rest of you who don't vote, do you realize if each and every one of you decided to do one thing one way, and you went that way, that's the way the government will go. It doesn't have a choice because you will outnumber everybody else. And you say your voice don't matter. You actually could control this country. The people who don't vote in this country could actually totally control this country. Yes, that's the truth. But by you not voting, you are given the full approval of everything this government does. That's right. Now, what about you independents? Now, a couple of you say, well, last election you were the spoiler. You made it so that Obama won. And I'll agree. And because of that, look at how active the people became. They're beginning to realize what the federal government is actually really doing. It doesn't matter whether they're Republican or Democrat. They are actually really doing it. And you woke up and said, hey, I don't like this. And you say, well, we don't want a chance. Obama doesn't have a chance to win. He's going to have the hardcore Democrats vote Obama. Nothing you can change that. The people who want free rides, who wants the government to give them everything, and who listens to their unions like they're God. And I'm not saying that to be blasphemous. I'm saying that that's how they listen. They will vote that way no matter what. So, why me? Look at what Donald Trump's going to do. He's going to become a third party independent. He's going to tear the Republican Party apart. That's fine because they don't need to be together. But we, together, will become the majority. We will outnumber the Democrats and outnumber the Republicans. We shall win. And believe me, when we do, the job that lays before us is a tough job. And notice I said job. Understand this. You people are hiring me to do a job. Not to walk around looking pretty, sounding pretty, and saying, I'm president, I'm president. Oh, I'm president. No. We have a job. We have to buckle down in this nation, straighten it out, get it back on its founding roots, and reduce an bill that this government ran up that has never been seen before in this world. And at the same time, save and maintain the strength of this nation for the people of this nation. We have to focus our energy. We have to focus everything we have to correct these problems. Believe me, this is not, oh, I'm President of the United States. This is, you people have selected me to do a job that you want done, and it will be done the way you want it. That's the options. Nobody ever looked at it that way? Sorry. I'm not a politician. I'm not going to look at it politically. I'm going to look at it, you, the American people. Our president should never, ever be a politician. He should first and foremost be an American. And never, ever be one of two things, a politician or a lawyer. Neither one of them knows the difference between right or wrong. Only what they've been brainwashed to believe. So, again, I'm talking to you independents and you who don't vote. Again, I'm saying you are the power. You are the strength. If I carried every single person who don't vote and every single independent, I'd have over 70% of all the votes cast. It doesn't leave much for the Republican and Democrat Party, does it? That's where the truth lies, people. You are the strength. Those who do not vote, they count very dearly on you never voting. Both the Democrat and Republican parties count more that you don't vote than they do on their own political party members that do vote. Because they know if you who do not vote get riled up and decided to vote, they don't stand a chance. And you, the independents, is the next group that scares them. Because they don't know which way you're going to go. And that's what this is all about. I don't want the people who keep sending me every once in a while these emails that say, oh, why you try to split up the political parties, why you start trying to make a third party, oh, no one's going to vote for you, your teeth are yellow, your eyes are blue, your hair is brown, some even said I got a double chin here, triple chin or whatever it is, I don't know, I'm 62 years old, sorry, I don't have the face I had. Maybe someone's going to complain about. But you see, the worst thing they can say about me is I'm a terrible speller and my grammar is not the greatest in the world. That's the worst anybody could say about me. I have very high moral standards. I spent 26 years in the Navy, and for some reason I have these high standards. I don't know why. I have been through 2 wives and my 3rd wife, and I'll be honest with you, big difference between my 3rd wife and my first 2. My 3rd wife showed me that what I truly believed in marriage is what it is, a partnership among 2 people that are working together, that listens to each other and works with each other to produce a marriage. Unlike my first two wives, who taught me something else completely different. And no marriage will succeed unless both give 100%. It's none of this 50-50. And anyone who has a very successful marriage, they will tell you, we both gave 100% every day. And just luckily, we met each day. And yes, I do believe in God strongly, and He blesses me every day when I see my daughter, Samantha, and I see my wife. Yes, my third wife, Barbara. And I wouldn't trade anything in my life that happened, and I had a lot of misery that happened in my life. I would not trade any part of my life. If God said I would take away all the evil things in your life, that you won't have Barbara or Samantha, I'd say, it's not a deal. I'm sorry. I don't care how terrible my life was. And I was a foster child, went to many foster homes. I had 2 marriages that didn't work. I had all kinds of problems. But everything kept on a path heading towards one direction, which I never knew. And now here I am, running for president with a lot of experience and a lot of know-how. And your voice is going to make the difference. You who do not vote, and you who are independents. Because you're the ones that will carry the country. Even if you don't vote, you still will. Because you give the stamp of approval by not voting. And you as independents are the ones who decide whether it's the Republicans or Democrats that win. That's what beat McCain, the independents. Believe me. See, that is the group that really scares both political parties and Congress more than anything else. The independents and the ones who don't vote. Because your voice matters more than the puppets that they control. You are the power. And as long as you don't exercise it, they keep it and control it. So next time you think you don't vote because your voice don't matter, no, your voice matters very much, that you don't exercise it. Your voice matters completely to both political parties, because by you not exercising it, by you not saying, no, this is enough, I don't agree with you, they keep their control. But when you say, no, I'm going with JD, and we're going to put the Constitution back, guess what's going to happen? We're going to win. And this time, you will see how important your voice is. We already made the ripple. We already made this giant boulder dropped into the pond in 2008. Now, we're going to make the tidal wave. But it's only going to be you out there, the independents, and the people who don't vote, that's going to make it happen. And don't worry about spoilers, anything like that. You don't need to. Because there's going to be enough people out there to do that. Worry about what you want, what you feel this country should be, and express it. And those of you who do not vote for religious reasons, all I can ask you is to pray to God. Because there's something I do every day. I pray to God and I trust in God. And hopefully, I do the best I can, and it's the right thing. There's a lot of experience sitting here in this chair, looking into this camera. That you have no idea about what's there, and you'll never understand. But we have a job to do, and that's what you do when you select me as president. You don't give me a title. You appoint me to a job that you want done a certain way, and no other way. And we have to fix this country. We do not have an option. It must be done, and we must do it. Nobody else. I've given you several ideas through many of my videos how we can look at things. But remember, it's you and you alone that will make the decision, not me. Thank you. This is JD. So think about that, you people who thought your voices don't matter, how important they really are. Think about that, you independents. You and the people who don't vote are actually the majority in this country. That's the truth. Think about it. JD.